Look at the size of Rocky Fielding standing next to Canelo. The size difference is massive. I mean, it's not even just a case of where he's taller. Canelo is a stockier guy, but look at the size of Fielding's head compared to Canelo's. And Canelo got a big head. Fielding is a way bigger guy than Canelo Alvarez. You know, I was debating with one of my most dedicated trolls. And, you know, normally with trolls, I just block them and delete them. And I don't even entertain trolls at all. But there is one troll who's been subscribed to me for years. And we were kind of friendly for a while. But he's such an idiot that I usually end up muting him. He's entertaining. That's the thing about him. He's entertaining now and again. So I you know, give him some leeway here and there. But when he annoys me, I just end up muting him again in my boxing groups. And the last time I muted him was we got into a debate. I was actually having a debate with somebody about Canelo and Fielding because somebody tried to pull me up in my boxing group and they said, "Oh, Hatman, how can you say that Fielding can go the distance with Canelo? That's just madness," or something like that. You know, words to that effect. And I said, well, look, I'm not saying Rocky Fielding will go the distance with Canelo. I'm saying that with his height and reach, if he boxes cautiously and uses that height and reach, I think that he could go the distance. I'm not saying he will. I'm saying it wouldn't shock me at all if this man with the height and reach advantage that he's got boxed on the back foot and kept it long and tied Canelo up close. If he boxed like that, safety first, it wouldn't shock me at all if he was able to go the distance with Canelo. In fact, I think there would be a high likelihood if he boxed like that he would go the distance. Canelo is not even an enormous puncher at middleweight. He's a good puncher. He's not an enormous puncher at middleweight. When he stepped up, when he was like, 165 when he fought Chavez Jr., that fight went the distance. Chavez Jr. has got a record of durability, yes, but a record of durability primarily at middleweight. He got stopped at light heavy, remember, by Fonfara. So, Rocky Fielding, a way bigger guy than Canelo, and this troll, this dedicated troll of mine, he knows who he is. He knows, and if he doesn't realize that I'm talking to him right now, I'm talking to you Quentin Tarantino, genie from Aladdin looking mofo. All right, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you told me that Canelo and Fielding, or you told me that Fielding is not bigger than Canelo. That's what you told me. Talk about trolling. And he claims that he won that debate with me. How can you say you won a debate when you were claiming that Canelo is the same size as Fielding, if not bigger? That's what you were claiming. Look at them standing side by side. And not only that, it gets worse. It gets worse. Rocky Fielding is 31 years old. Okay, Canelo, I believe, is 28. So, 3 years ago, when Rocky Fielding was 28, 2015, okay, he was still super middleweight. In fact, he fought as high as 171, and that's weighing in at 171. That's not what he weighs in the ring. The year before, 174, 179, 173. Rocky Fielding fought the first half of his career nearly at light heavyweight. Yeah, when he was in his mid-20s, this guy, in fact, early to mid-20s, this guy was a light heavyweight. And then he's gradually got down to super middleweight. And even up until 2 years ago, this year he weighed 173. This year. He was a light heavyweight this year. And you're trying to tell me that this guy's not bigger than Canelo. He's way bigger than Canelo. Rocky Fielding is a massive super middleweight. This is a guy who boils down from light heavy to make super middle. Canelo, on the other hand, look where he's been fighting. He ain't been fighting up there. Look, Canelo's been fighting 159, 160, 164, 154. Canelo turned professional, look. Junior welterweight. Now, he was obviously very young here. He was still a teenager, I believe. I think maybe 17 or something, wasn't he, when he turned pro? So obviously he wasn't a man yet. But even in adulthood, he was fighting welterweight in adulthood, light middleweight. So there's no doubt that Canelo is the much smaller man here. Not only in terms of height and reach, but actual body mass, he's the smaller man. Rocky Fielding is not your standard super middleweight. He's massive for super middleweight. Very big. In terms of Rocky Fielding's height, I mean, Canelo's probably 5'8" at a push. I know he's listed here at, well, 5'8". Yeah, maybe 5'8", possibly closer to 5'7". He's a very short guy, Canelo. All right, but I'm willing to accept the 5'8" for now. Let's look at what they have Rocky Fielding listed at. Okay, they don't have his height on here, but I've seen his height listed anywhere between 6'1" and 6'2". So there is a massive, as you can see, height difference between the two men. Massive height difference. It's kind of like Mike Tyson when he fought a lot of people back in the days. That's the height difference we're looking at here. Going to be interesting seeing Canelo step up to 168. How he's going to approach the fight. You would imagine that with an opponent this tall, he's going to have to go in Mexican style, like he fought against Golovkin. He's going to have to do his best Mike Tyson impression. That's what you would imagine. But you never know. And how is Rocky Fielding going to fight? I mean, Rocky Fielding doesn't normally fight safety first. That was the argument that this person made who took issue with the fact that I said Rocky Fielding can go the distance. Well, that's why I put an if in front of what I said. If Rocky Fielding goes in there and exchanges with Canelo, well, he could get stopped. Of course. But if he uses his height and reach, I'm not saying he will. I'm saying if he does. If he decides to box safety first, tie Canelo up, keep him away, I don't see why he can't go the distance. Chavez Jr. did. Plenty of other people have been a distance with Canelo at lighter weights. So, you know, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Canelo versus Rocky Fielding. How much credit are you giving Canelo here for taking on Fielding? At the end of the day, Fielding is not one of the top super middleweights. He does have a regular belt. But it's still a feat for Canelo to take on a guy this much bigger than he is. It's still an achievement. You know, he's not taking on one of the best at 168, one of the real top guys, the elite guys, a Benavidez or a Callum Smith or anybody. No, he's not doing that. He's taking on the guy who was knocked out in one round by Callum Smith, actually. That's what he's doing. But whatever the case may be, let me know how you feel about this. Can or will Canelo Alvarez have any issues with with Rocky Fielding at all? Will Rocky Fielding be able to give Canelo any problems with his height and reach if he uses it effectively? Or his punching power? Rocky Fielding, by the way, for those of you who are not familiar, can punch a bit. He does have some power there. Yeah, he's not the most sophisticated fighter at all, not the most skilled fighter, but he does have some punching power there. So Canelo will have to respect the power of Rocky Fielding. Anyway, let me know how you feel in the comment section, people. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.